Have you found that when you're analyzing your Etsy shop's data that it can be super cryptic and confusing on how things are actually being computed? For instance, something as important as revenue is being displayed with 3 completely different metrics, even though they're set up for the same time period to be analyzed. As you can see here, I have the calendar set up for the lifetime of the history of this listing. I know that this listing is less than a year old, so I want to see what is the top line revenue for this product. As you see in my Etsy stats page, it's showing that this product made me $194. Now you compare that to the Etsy listing tab, you will see a metric here that says lifetime revenue, but here it's saying that it made $209. But then here, when you go to the marketing tab, you see revenue, but it's saying that this listing only made me $11.99. And while these metrics might have some sort of meaning behind it, Etsy is really unclear on how each one of these are being calculated and why they're so different. But let's just pretend that we just wanted to rely on the Etsy stats page, right? Because your stats should be meaningful metrics for your business. Are you really gonna sort through 90 different pages just to pull out the listing that you're trying to analyze? In our case, this is kind of useless because it's not likely that I'm gonna go through 90 pages of shop listings just to find the one listing that I'm looking for. Overall, as Etsy sellers ourselves, and also having now interviewed hundreds of different types of Etsy merchants, what we've discovered is that we have a tendency to avoid things that we don't understand, even though that the thing that we could understand potentially could unlock us doubling or tripling our sales. That is why my team and I have dedicated the last year and a half to trying to solve this problem for you guys. As a 7-figure Etsy seller myself, this was one of the biggest pain points in my business. Guesstimating important business metrics like your marketing cost percentage, your product cost percentage, your shipping costs, your selling fees, processing fees, or even listing fees can definitely get you to a certain point in business, but eventually to really grow and scale your business and use your time wisely, on a high level as a business owner, you're gonna wanna know and understand every single part of your Etsy business engine pie. If you have seen me on my other YouTube channel, it's called Ecom Hannah, where I've been documenting my e-commerce journey for the last 5 years since the first month selling on Etsy till today. If you've seen any of those videos, you will know that I love to talk in terms of pie chart. When you can put a visual behind things that are meaningful for your business, it makes your relationship with that business that much more honest, and it pushes you to make better decisions for your business in the future. Just like when you're going to the gym and you're tracking your results or putting yourself on a schedule to make consistent positive efforts towards your health, right? When you start seeing the results of all of the efforts that you put into yourself, right? It motivates you that much more to continue to optimize and better your health. So your business is really no different. And creating this visual is just one of the many features my team and I have created for you to help you continue to nourish and maintain that honest relationship with your business. Our tool is called ProfitTree, and it is the first ever real-time profit tracking solution for Etsy merchants. The name of the game with Etsy is really learning how to compete against your last best metrics in your Etsy shop. But if you don't even know what your last best metrics are, it's really difficult to tweak the dials on your Etsy business engine to optimize each part of your business pie chart. Here are some real life case study examples of how this could work for you. The first example I have for you is actually from my own personal shop. What we realized from 2022 to 2023, like many of us, is that the cost of shipping increased drastically. So the proactive measures that we took to try to decrease this cost is we went ahead and we started testing out some of our best-selling products with free shipping versus non-free shipping, because obviously previously we were offering free shipping on all of our products. And through this testing period, we gave it about a 60-day testing period, we could actually track the trends of our product listings. And what we were able to prove is that by removing free shipping and actually charging partially for shipping, it actually did not cause a downward trend on those exact products. So essentially what we just validated for ourselves is that with our particular customer avatars, free shipping versus non-free shipping actually doesn't affect our sales. And actually from 2022 to 2023, we actually doubled our sales. As you can see, we're 70% up from 2022 to 2023. Now, this isn't an outcome of taking away free shipping, obviously, but holistically, we proved to ourselves with data that it didn't cause a decline in the sales for our store. And this is a really basic example of how we use data to basically make higher level educated decisions on what will work or what won't work for our specific customer avatars. Because every Etsy business has different needs, wants, fears, and goals, and you don't want to just be doing things at random. Everything should be a data-driven decision. Our second real life case study example is with our friend Carl. Carl has an Etsy shop that has thousands of different variation options in his store. And it's really hard to remember for every unique product type what those product costs are, then meeting which ones are actually yielding you the most profit. So when you go to your stats page, right, Etsy's gonna show you on a listing level what listings are making you the most revenue, but they're not actually showcasing you the most profitable listings. And so with ProfitTree, you can see on a per listing level or a per product level, if you wanna take it a step further, what listings and what products actually generate you the most profit. And so just by basically relying on your Etsy stats page that shows you which one's making your most revenue, what you might come to find, and what Carl came to find, is that the top 3 listings actually weren't even the ones making him the most profit. And so now when he's considering future photo shoots or future renditions of products to launch, he now knows what product is actually making him the most money, so he can make future listings and future bundles with that type of product included, since those are the ones actually making him the most money. Moreover, another key thing that Carl discovered is that in one of his best-selling listings, what he discovered is that per all the variation options that he has, in this listing in particular, there was one specific product variant making him over 80% of his sales. But in his main image, he wasn't showcasing that product, and he wasn't specifically describing that product in his title. Now, normally I don't recommend ever changing your main image after you have an optimized listing that's making you regular sales. But the exception, because there's always an exception, is that when you can put data behind that decision and actually prove to yourself it's actually this product that is generating you the majority of your revenue and profit, then you may want to consider changing your main image to showcasing that specific product, whether it's a different color, a different size, a different texture. You get the point. And because that's the majority of the sales coming from that listing, that's actually a good educated decision that is probably going to contribute to putting more fire under that listing and helping it perform even more. And say maybe you don't actually want to change that main listing, that's totally fine. What you could do instead is duplicate the listing with the new main image and run it against the existing best-selling listing and see which one gets a higher click-through rate. Because obviously, if it's the same listing with the same product offerings and the only difference is that the main image is different, we can track which one gets the higher CTR. And historically, the one that's getting the higher CTR, since the conversion rate should be the same, since the only difference is that main image has changed, right? We can prove to ourselves that change actually is going to contribute to making us more sales in the long term, since it's getting more clicks. And finally, our last case study example is from our friend Laura, who has a print-on-demand shop. Now, if you sell POD with any of the print providers, what you will find is that your profit margin percentage for marketing tends to be pretty slim. So in this piece of the pie chart, your net profit percentage before marketing usually ranges anywhere from 28 to 35%, depending on your pricing strategy, which means there's not a huge piece of the pie left for your marketing cost percentage. So if you are scaling your Etsy ads, it's really important to keep your marketing cost percentage pretty much less than 12% to still clear a considerable profit for your store. And so with ProfitTree, we can keep consistent tabs on what this marketing cost percentage is. And when we can clearly see this piece of the pie, it will keep an honest relationship with that part of our Etsy business engine. So we know that we are tweaking the dials more aggressively than if we were just kind of blindly running our Etsy ads. Moreover, on a listing level, we compute a key metric for you, which is called your break-even ROAS. Break-even ROAS is the indicator on the ad level whether or not your listings are break even, profitable, or losing money. And these break even metrics basically are what you're looking for when you go and analyze your Etsy ads in the ROAS column. And you know that anything under those break-even metric points is either breaking even or losing money on the listing level. Overall, guys, in this channel, we're gonna be giving away so much free value-packed information when it comes to learning how to run Etsy ads, how to analyze your Etsy data, how to grow and scale an Etsy shop on a high level. We're gonna be teaching you things about SKU systems, how to make a SKU system, and what that means for your store. We're basically going to give back every single piece of information that we have learned over the last 5 years, also in this channel alongside my Ecom Hannah YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Overall, guys, if you would like to get on the beta waitlist for ProfitTree, make sure you click the link in the description. This is going to be a 1-month free account, plus you're gonna get grandfathered into our beta pricing and all of the features that we unlock in 2024 or for your first year. Keep in mind, if you're watching this video after we've already launched, that link might just be a regular sign up form as that offer may be gone. And we're also only offering limited spots. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you lock in your spot today. Like I mentioned, this is something that we're super passionate about because this was really something that I failed in early on in my business, and I probably could have had a way bigger output, and my numbers surely would have been a lot greater if I had a clear understanding of my own business. And if you are one of those shop owners that are guessing at the end of the month what your shop metrics are, it's not like you're particularly doing anything wrong. It's just you don't know what you don't know when you're first starting out. Even if you're a few years in, it's also okay. But it is important, and it is one of the fundamentals of having a successful business, is understanding these key things and to not put them off to the side, because that is something that we tend to do. So you're not crazy on that at all. You're not crazy, and I'm definitely guilty of it as well. In closing, I would just like to say thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. This has been our baby for the last year, and we're really excited to share it with you. Also, this is Rupert. If you don't know Rupert, Rupert is our pet money tree. He's so cute. Make sure you shout out Rupert in the comment section. Say hi to him. If you have any recommendations on what money trees need to live a long life, please comment that in the comment section too, because I'm not really good at plants. So, all right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.